Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here taking a look at Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds. This just came out this week by Majors 5PB and strangely compelling, which is a relatively new publisher house. Anyway, so what is this? This is a 2D brawler. You may be thinking, why is the menu so low quality? Why is the text so hard to read? Well, that's a thing. That's a stylistic choice they've made throughout the game. It makes the text really hard to read, and I don't like it. Like, let's have a look at how to play. Yeah, you think that's hard to read? Try looking at it on the Vita. Good lord. I don't know why they decided to have this specific font, but I think it's some sort of layer or something they've overlaid over the top of the entire graphics, and they haven't been very careful with it, because it makes text in this game really, really annoying to read. I mean, look at that. That's gonna look worse than it does on the Vita screen, but it's still pretty damn bad. So there's all your movement types, or all two of them, all your options, I should say. The game uses circle for OK and X for return. It's something you don't see very often. You've also got your controls here. Now, this game does have a fair bit of strategy to it. It's got a fair few different types of moves. And I haven't gotten the hang of all of them yet. I've been playing for about, I don't know, 2 hours at this point. I think something like that. Probably less, but yeah, you get the idea. There's online leaderboards. Let's see if we can actually get these to load. There's also online multiplayer, but I tried to find a match for about an hour, and unfortunately I didn't really get the opportunity to play the multiplayer, and good lord. Some people have really been digging in. The game does have online co-op and versus modes, but unfortunately we're only going to be able to show off the local game here. You can also go down and check out the skill sets. Now, every character in this game levels up every time you finish a level. I've got two characters, level 13 and level 11 here. Not that much to go around in the way of skill points. Now, the way the skill points in this game work is that you can choose to power up and power down your characters, and you can also choose to release specific skill points, and you have to use them in order to keep them. You can only have a maximum amount of skill points applied at any one time. So I'm just gonna apply that skill spread to Mikoto, I should say. But you can use skill points to either unlock abilities or add more to your stats. Unfortunately, this part of the game isn't really that satisfying because you gain skill points really, really slowly for some reason, and even on like a difficulty that's really high and hard to pull off, like you can spend like 15 minutes or 20 minutes trying to finish the level, and then it's just like, you only get enough skill points for one level, and one level barely gives you enough experience points to apply one to your lowest stat, which is just, that gets really annoying. It feels like the game's kind of unbalanced towards that, and there's no other unlockables, like in Dragon's Crown, you get the loot and the leveling to keep you going, but unfortunately in this game all you've got is the leveling, and the leveling is kind of unsatisfying. So yeah, there's two modes. You've got the story mode and you've got the arcade mode. The arcade mode is just go through, get as many points as you can, and go as fast as you possibly can. There are different colors to unlock, and there are bonus characters and stuff like that, but other than that, not really that much to it, to tell you the truth. You've got 4 different difficulties: easy, normal, hard, and nightmare. Hard and nightmare are obviously locked off, and yeah, normal is actually pretty hard when you're coming out with just a bare bones character. I imagine they want you to go through easy, normal, hard, and nightmare in that order, just so you can build up your stats a bit. But there's only like 8 stages in this game, so it's kind of hard to build up your stats anywhere near, like, really quickly in order to feel like you actually stand a chance on normal without really mastering the game systems. But anyway, we're going to go on normal and go into the second stage, and then I might play through the 4th stage on easy, just to give a little bit of a different look at the game. Alright, so here we go. This is a story mode. There's actually voice acting.
力が出ない。こんなのって
Alright, so here we go. There are 3 basic attack buttons. Square, triangle, and circle. That's light, medium, and heavy attacks. You can also press L to swap planes, just like in Guardian Heroes, was it called? It might be something else. I might be thinking of that shooter game that was made by Treasure. But yeah, as you can see, there is a 2-plane system. This actually looks kind of impressive at times, especially when there's a level that actually makes sense with it. Like, there's a level like stage 3 takes place down in a sewer at some points, and the effect has you hopping back and forth across a small sewer, and it actually looks pretty damn cool. But in most of the stages, there's no real effect like that. It's just jumping it back into the background a little bit. So, there are also other attacks, like if you press square and triangle when your charge meter is filled up, it'll do some sort of special attack. You've also got the X button, which does specific things. I haven't figured out yet exactly when something happens. There's also triangle and circle, which creates a special attack like that. You can also, you block by standing still, which is a weird thing. I wish block was assigned to a manual button, because sometimes when you're fighting some of the bosses in this game, or even going up against a fair few enemies at the same time, it's kind of hard to tell when you're blocking, and especially when you've got a boss that actually feels like it can break through your guard without you actually doing anything. It gets kind of frustrating after a while. Because it's like, you don't know whether you're in the neutral position in order to do blocking sometimes or not. So it kind of feels like you have to just kind of spam and hope to hit something sometimes, because the blocking just works really weirdly. I mean, like, you can also use X to do a special block, but I think that takes up burst meter, I'm not sure. You may have seen all those pickups on the ground. The coins are points, and the trash bins hold lots of pickups, like food and stuff, and there's also those red orbs that drop on the ground. Those red orbs are the experience points in this game. You think you'd earn experience just, like, by beating the crap out of people. No, but the red experience orbs are actually a pickup, and not only are they actually a pickup, they actually expire. So if you miss a big experience orb lying on the floor, tough shit. You have to do without it. And in this game, where stats are actually pretty damn important, you do not want to go missing single orbs. There are also other mechanics like sidestepping and other stuff like that. Again, it's all in the how to play manual. It's kind of hard to take it all in at once, and especially when you get surrounded like this and everybody starts attacking you, it gets really goddamn annoying trying to actually hit all of them. Although sometimes it is pretty easy to just back them all into a corner and spam light attack. There are throws. You know, I thought throw was on a different button, but I thought throw was on heavy attack, but no. I'm just gonna grab what's in these. Yeah, those blue crystals are MP, so if I just use this attack up. Yeah, there we go. You can also unlock other attacks, like when you're on the very first stage, because on the very first stage, the game hasn't taken away your powers yet, so you do have, like, a heap of different attacks and special abilities to use. And I understand it's meant to give you a bit of a teaser, but you get used to it really quickly, because the base combat in this game without those abilities is actually kind of depressingly boring. As I said before, first impressions on the first stage were pretty good, but just after a while, when you've lost all your abilities, and you either have to choose whether to get all the really cool special abilities and be stupidly weak, or get none of the abilities but be relatively strong, it's just kind of depressing that the game has to work like that. I wish that it would start every character at, like, level 20, and be like, okay, you're level 20, here's some points to spend. characterize these characters the way you like. All the characters work relatively the same. They all have, like, different attack patterns, obviously, and all that, but they all have the same control scheme. There's nothing really unique about anything, any of the ones that, at least the ones that I've tried. There's the Kurisu character, who was a DLC character for, like, $6, which is, like, half the price of the game for some reason. She does hand-to-hand combat, and it feels slightly different, but only because of the fact that it's actually a really short-range character. And there are other mechanics that I am kind of skirting over in this, but again, it's really hard to read that how to play screen. Thankfully, you do get to have a look here, so if you need to practice or anything like that. Need to go and get all the experience. But that really isn't my biggest problem, though, because, to be fair, it's a brawler. Brawlers get repetitive. That's the way brawlers are, right? I'm willing to accept a good brawler if it can at least keep me interested with one really good set of mechanics. And the brawling itself is alright, it's just the problem is that there's not that much else to it. I mean, as I said before, as I said, the main drive of brawlers for me is an overarching set of mechanics that helps to keep its longevity. And that's why I love Dragon's Crown, because it did the sort of Diablo-style combat and loot that I absolutely love in games like this that give the game a lot of extra depth. Even games like Earth Defense Force 2017, you're constantly leveling up how much health you have, and you're always getting new weapons. You're always unlocking stuff. But in this game, it's just a leveling system, a really simple leveling system with a simplistic skill tree that, and none of the characters really feel that much different from each other, and the leveling doesn't really feel that satisfying because you have to get a ton of SP in order to build up any sort of upgrade that feels significant, and some people might like that about their games. I don't. I like at least feeling that I've accomplished something over the course of a couple of stages. And to be fair, that's the sort of thing you kind of want to aim for on a platform like the Vita, because people like to be able to pull this out for like 10 minutes and then just feel like they've accomplished something. And in this game, it doesn't really feel like I accomplished that much in between each level, and I have to do a lot of levels to feel like I've accomplished something. And it's kind of disappointing too, they almost got this right, but because the first level, you tend to get a lot of XP right off the bat, and it puts you at like level 8, but level 8 doesn't feel like enough. And it feels like it's a bit slow to get you into the actual leveling curve, especially, it's just weird. It feels like the weird in-between where it just makes things worse instead of actually helping. At least that's what I think. Some people might be satisfied with it, but me, I'm just not personally satisfied by how slow the leveling is, and I'll be able to show you an example when I come up to this boss. The bosses are just a couple of stages away, a couple of screens away, so I should be able to show that off eventually. Not doing that well, but they give you a lot of health pickups. Also, kind of weird that they make you just backtrack to an area, like, they make you backtrack to the area manually, like, well, not manually, but they take control of your character, but you can still use the controls, which is kind of hilarious. Stop hitting me, you dickhead. Oh, this sucks. Hang on. Oh, I don't have dash attack anymore. God damn it. See, I hate these sons of bitches, because they got stupidly long range attacks. Just bastards. And now they've left me with like 2/3 health to fight this boss with. This isn't going to be pleasant. I had enough trouble with this boss when I was facing her earlier. The dialogue in the story changes just slightly depending on the character, but it doesn't really make a difference. So anyway, this is a boss fight. Works about the same, except the bosses can tend to kick your ass if you're not careful, especially on normal. I mean, goddamn. Except I'm actually doing alright here for some reason. This boss would beat the shit out of me at pretty much... Yeah, there we go. Gotta get up. Use the special attack. Almost dead. I just gotta hit this bitch like once or twice more, and god damn it! Get up, yep. Emergency mode. Oh, I hate you. There we go. For God's sake. Oh, watch this, by the way. All the coins pop up, but then you immediately get locked into a cutscene. So unless you're very, very quick at collecting them, you miss out on them entirely. And for some reason, that boss was stupidly easy because I had a ton of problems with this boss earlier. So anyway, I just got my power back, and then at this point, you usually go to the next stage. But first thing we're going to have to do is show off the leveling up system. Here it comes. So all those orbs I picked up go to my XP, but I only leveled up once. And when you level up once, you only get a couple of skill points. So it feels like a waste. See, I can't add anything to my stats, and all I can do is really select a skill, and then the skills get oh so more expensive. So it's just... like, hooray, I got a high jump. Thankfully, you can respec your characters at will, but still, it's just a kind of really slow upgrade system, and I'm not really that impressed by it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit out, and then I'm going to go play another stage on easy. This game, it's a brawler. Brawlers are supposed to be repetitive, I get that, and to be fair, this isn't a half-bad brawler. It's decently competent at what it does, but my frame rate on the kit, god damn it. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. So I'm just gonna quit out, and I'm gonna go play another stage on easy, preferably, because I actually got my ass beat by this stage's boss. Even on easy. So again, I'll just sum up my feelings on Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds. It's an alright brawler, and I am enjoying my time with it slightly, but I imagine I won't be playing it for that much longer, because the leveling system to me just isn't that satisfying. I'm not getting that much enjoyment out of it, especially since I only get like, what, one or two skill points level, and it just doesn't really give me any sort of tangible benefit. It's an alright brawler, but it doesn't have that staying power that I look for in games. And with a brawler, you need staying power. That's the only thing about brawlers that really keeps them around for more than, say, an hour. Either you have stupidly good gameplay, or you have a really good system to back it up. And Phantom Breaker, unfortunately, has neither. I mean, for 12 bucks, if you like this video and you like the look of the game, you've really got nothing to lose. It does have 4-player online co-op, which might improve the experience a fair bit. But at the same time, if you don't have friends, if you don't think this looks very entertaining, this is probably something you want to skip. Also, easy mode makes everything as... It really does make everything easy, except for the boss fights. The boss fights will still kick your ass. And I swear to God, that boss before really did kick my ass like 3 ways from Sunday. It's kind of silly how badly I got beat by that damn thing. The graphics and music, well, the text is obnoxiously hard to read for no good reason, but it's not absolutely terrible, because in the game's not really that text-based, so you only need to read it to figure out how to do the specific moves. But once that's done with, you don't really have that much of a problem. This is what I meant with the sewer stage. Like, the 3D effect feels really cool here. Like, the switching between 2 planes, but unfortunately, this is like the only stage in the half of the game that I've played so far that actually uses that effect to any sort of positive amount, and it's kind of depressing. To be fair, this just makes me want Guardian Heroes on Vita, because, or whatever it was, that Dreamcast beat 'em up that let you swap between 3 different planes and had a graphic style very similar to this, or should I say this has a very similar graphic style to Guardian Heroes. seriously, that game was absolutely fantastic. That is the only game I will boot up a Dreamcast emulator for, and I never even owned a Dreamcast. So, yeah, I wish there was a copy of it on Vita, but not really sure what else to say about this game, actually. I think I'll just turn the volume up and let you hear the game being played out a bit. I'll see you all next time.
何そのトカゲ。トカゲじゃない、ドラゴン。イフリートのレイドボスオニキス、知らないの？知らない。ごめん。一般人はこれだから。まあいいわ。とにかくこの子で先輩なんかやっつけてやる。もう諦めなさい。先輩チートしてんでしょ。チーター、ごまかし行為者。元の世界に戻りましょう。絶対に嫌。ファントム助けて。分かった。それじゃあファントムのところで。あなたを変な夢から覚まさせるには元を立たなきゃダメみたいだから。オッケー、分かった。後悔しても知らないからね。